Welcome everybody, Mr. Thrasha here, traversing to another back roads-esque town with some interesting stuff. It's the town of Perth. We'll be approaching shortly. See what we find.
Check out those old dump trucks.
Oh, wow, look at those. They were used in the army or something. Just outside of the township of Perth, this art maker studio right over here was one time a church. Someone also lives here. I'm not gonna get too close. It's their art maker studio now. So I mean, I guess they accept people off the streets. Got some Christmas lights, bird nest up there. But look at this, it was clearly a church at one point. Look at that, look at the top window up here. Someone's room is probably up there. I'd love to have that. You get up there in your tower. You think about what you've done. You just stay up there in your tower. You can actually see the stairwell on the window taking them to the top of the tower. Look at the interesting windows. Look at that really skinny window in the middle. The top, and then check out the side. This is someone's address. It's an art studio now, but this is something out of medieval times or some fairy tale. Check this out. Look at the side. It's like a castle. Pretty cool. Wicked. All right. Moving on. Into the great wide open. Train tracks here. Careen all through the Perth area. Makes you wonder, how far down do these tracks go? If you were to walk them for miles and miles, where would it take you?
Well, technically they don't really end. You just follow it across Canada if you want.
You just walk these tracks all the way across this country. This is all track. Everything you see that I'm showing here, right above the glove, right above the glove is a train track. Goes on quite a ways. Looks like we're on the train. So we're here in Perth now, in front of the old shoe factory. This is old. There's now a coffee house over here, Cafe Bean, only established in 2013. We're coming over here, very icy today. This was the old Perth shoe factory. Just up here, the old Perth shoe factory. Pretty cool. So I'm gonna step out here and try not to get killed. Wow, look at that. Looks like it's out of the movie Jumanji. Remember? The old Paris shoe factory. Look at that. Old Perth shoe factory. Over here, there's another factory. Now, it'd be hard to tell. In fact, you probably can't see it at all, but there is about 100 birds on the top of that. I could see them here, but I don't think the camera will make it out, but it's pretty cool. They got some really cool churches in this town, too. Try to check a couple out. Here we stop by and take a peek at this old shoe factory. Corner of Sherbrooke and Foster, here in the town of Perth. Hopefully you've been enjoying these back road tours. Wow, neato. Very close to the outside of Perth here now. Yeah. These are still train tracks. We're from the last shot I just showed. Very good. A couple K away, these tracks are still going on.
3M factory?
gigantic cemetery right there. I don't know if you can make it out. The window. Wow, look at that mausoleum. My goodness. Spent a lot of time here in Perth as a youngster playing hockey and stuff. I was here at the Legion one time to see the Canadian legendary metal band Anvil, which would have been the third of 5 or 6 times I've seen them. Look at this old house. Yeah, saw Anvil rock out with my buddies Joe Thrasher. Shout out to the guys of Joe Thrasher. And Aggressor was on the bill, another that church over there. We're gonna check out a sweet church up here. Down here in the Heritage District of Perth, approaching the big old clock tower. Yeah, so many of the places here in Perth they claim are haunted. Who really knows as far as haunted places go? Check this out though. That clock tower. It's a clock tower. This building's crazy. Man, I love this architecture. Off of Market Street over here. Cool old ice cream stand just over there. Another very old building. It's on the other side of this. Look at this old architecture. Love it. I'm gonna take you over here. Over here to this 1852. This building and this park been set up since. I'm gonna tread through some of this snow. Getting wet for your enjoyment. So I'm gonna check this out. More of a later evening tour here for this one today. Since 1852. Perth. Take you up in here. Doesn't look like many people have come up here as of late. Look at that. Look at this dips in. Very nice. And through here you'll get a cool view of the Perth Water Tower. Right behind it. Fortunately there is a massive tree blocking some of it, but look at this. This is a heck of a gazebo. An old gazebo here since the 1800s. As is this building right there. Yeah, clock tower right over there. Main Street, Perth. The historic district. Lots of buildings built only in the 1800s. All of these been here since the 1800s. Old Mill Business Hub over there. Look at the architecture in these buildings. I love it. Treasure Lane by the Tay. Right. The book, Nook, and other treasures. Hey, Bella? Coutts Coffee, Roastery, and Cafe right over there. Look. Where dragons fly across the street. What you're looking at here is the historic Martin House. It's interesting just to look at a building that's actually stood there for 150 years or more. Cool. Moving on. Just taking a look at some of these historic buildings that have quite literally stood the test of time. Back here we got the back tracks. Moving through the back of the town. Saw the train tracks coming in. you're traversing along with us, grab yourself a hot beverage. Enjoy this little winter tour. Up here on the left, see Code's old mill, built in 1841. I'm just going to show it over Paco here. There's a whole heritage park over here. That's been there since 1841. Look at this house here, built in the 1800s. That is an 1800s mansion. Now we're looking up a very historical church. Been here since 1819. The St. James Cathedral in Perth. Look at that. I'm gonna take you next door first. 1861. Designated heritage site. You look at this church. Wow. That is crazy. I hope the camera's picking it up as well as I can see it. It's nuts. Over here, there's another heritage house. Look at the side of this church, though. Look at the ice just careening down there. Yeah, that'll take your life. You get trapped under those. Said that before. Look at that one. Look at that icicle. Starts there, goes all the way down. You get another angle of the tippity top of the church on the other side. I'll bring you to the other side in a sec. Oh my God, that one's even bigger. Icicle. Okay, that's deadly. That is deadly. These are crazy. Wow. Size of those stained glass window panes too. Whew. That is crazy. Wow. Super cool. Over here, this old architecture, another old historical landmark all the way back there. Wow. Sun already beginning to go down in Perth. Wow. I can't believe how big those icicles are. That could be the biggest icicle I've ever seen. Look at the top of the church. A better angle from the other side. That is crazy. Another view of the St. James Apostle here. St. James the Apostle. Some of the last remaining sunlight of the day. Wow, I am absolutely blown away by this size of that tower. Oh my God, it's massive. And there's another historical building over here I'll get as well. Look at that. That church is cool. Approaching this historical landmark right here in the township of Perth. This is the courthouse, the district courthouse in Wall, 1843. 1843. This excellently proportioned structure was designed in the neoclassical style by Malcolm McPherson of Perth. Its notable architecture features are the floating semicircular headed transforms of the central second-story windows and the temple design. Wow. It was erected in 1842, between 1842 and 1843. That's pretty awesome. Whew. As the sun is fading down behind the Perth Water Tower, brings us over here. It's this historical building to the Summit House, built in 1823 by James Bolton, one of Perth's first lawyers, modeled after the Grange in Toronto, not the one in Texas ZZ Top thinks about. This was popular in Upper Canada during the 1820s. Let's take a quick trek up the road and see. Look at this brick wall, man. We get a good shot of the front of the building. Since the 1800s. It's getting brutally cold out here. Yeah, this is the summit. Wow, look at this. Can't get up there, but it lies right over there. Been there since the 1800s. Looks like it's all sealed off. That is cool. There's a building behind me too, right over here. Built it in. Approaching this church from another side now. Just gonna catch the left side of the church. Look at the size of this. This is one of the biggest monster churches I've ever done. One of my favorite churches is the one I covered in my Detroit Rock City filming locations. That's the St. James Church of Toronto, where they shot Detroit Rock City and the Christmas Chronicles. This is the St. James of Perth. Look at that, all the way to the tippity top. Whew. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining in today. If you enjoyed this, for what it's worth, please like, please subscribe. A lot more of this stuff coming, more churches, more cemeteries, filming locations, eateries, museums. Never know where you're gonna get here on the Mr. Thrasha Show. Subscribe. Another awesome historic church here in Perth. Look at how high that cross is. It's floating in the sky. Yep, this is big Perth. Another big historical Perth church. A big Perth. It's a big church. Been here since 1823. St. John the Baptist. John the artist? No, John the Baptist. Another angle of the church. I wish we could have got closer to that, but look at that, staring right up to the tippity top. Wow. Perth really does have a lot of crazy historical spots. That's gonna do it today. Thanks again, everybody, for joining in, as always, from the township of Perth. I'm gonna return to a lot of these towns I've been doing in the summer, because then you can film without the camera freezing up or without freezing off our extremities like ears, private parts, and fingers. I'm gonna end here at the Perth Water Tower. Actually, I'm just gonna, get up on this sidewalk here. So we are in the Heritage District. That's what it says above that. Heritage Perth. We'll see you next time, everybody. Stay safe. I love you. Just off in this direction, some very cool old Irish style brick bridges, stone bridges, brick and stone. Look way better in the summertime. I'm gonna come back in the summertime and cover that for sure.